everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loaded in for round number 1. It is going to be Aeternum versus I Will Mend. So I'm expecting a lot of body blocking. Not my joke, it's Guildspire's. And we already have a little bit of frame time, so we're going to swap over to the Survivor perspective. Looks like Survivor's already underway on gens. Not sticking up to the safe zones, so Wraith will be able to force them over here, but they do get to a pallet. Here comes the mind game. Oh, and Adam will take a hit. And with a sloppy butcher in hand, it looks like they might be doing a little bit of hit and run here as Adam is no longer in chase and going back right back to the gen. Very bold, I might say. However, ooh, looks like our newly acquired survivor from the entity Alan Wake also taking a hit. Little bit of, ooh, I do believe that is going to be a darkness revealed. As survivors are all screaming. And this is what I hate about having to watch from screen tearing, is that I cannot keep up where the killer is going. And it looks like we already have a survivor on the ground. Adam left to slug out for a little bit as Wraith not content with just this. No life from the ace. Gonna go straight for the break, and Alan Wake does get reset. So Wraith will be going back to the slug survivor. However, I wonder if Adam might have crawled away. They started to crawl, but not going to be enough. So they will be going for first hook here. Cyrus still not completed a gen yet. About 25% of the way on this generator. However, as we do see that explode, that is going to be a pain resonance on this generator. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so much frame tearing. Looks like also a Grim Embrace as those gens were blocked. So most of the perks at this point known about on Wraith. Pretty solid build, I would say. Again, for the most part, I have not been disappointed when it comes to builds with this rule set. Almost every single time I see a killer play this game, it's a different style of build. Now, sloppy on Wraith is pretty common, but I have seen a couple games where they didn't play sloppy, and it was very surprising. Nancy going for the drop, and Wraith will take yet another pallet. And Nancy going to be taking hits here. I guess is what they mean. They're going to be taking plenty of body blocks. Ace over here working on gen. Adam holding W through the pallet, but this pallet is no longer here. Forcing a potential DS, maybe. And it is, in fact, forcing the decisive Ace, trying to get a blind, but not going to work out here. There is a scream over yonder on the generator. Ace taking a tag as well. Alan with decent progress on this generator, but will be chased off of it. Wraith having immense amounts of pressure here. Ooh, but they do get the pallet drop. I say, yeah, you want to force it this way. You do not want to let them get the window ball. But no matter what, there is a good window on either side. Alan doing a really good job here, vaulting over the pallets, and they still have a window. This is such a nasty loop with that pallet up. I think Wraith's gonna have to break it if they want to get anything. And a balanced landing coming in as well. Alan's doing a really good job here. They do have access to this pallet. However, we've seen before, this pallet is not the safest. Still trying to mind game it. Ooh, doing a really good job, honestly. And Wraith's gonna be forced to break it. Now this is a much less safe pallet IMO. Ooh. Wraith getting in the mind game, will get a tag on Alan. Looks like Wraith will be sticking to this. One gen down for the survivors. Oh no, getting... I literally had this happen to me the other day. Quite literally had this happen to me the other day where the locker sucked me in. Unfortunate, but that will be first hook coming in for Alan Wake. Possibly a pain res as well. There's Grim Embrace going off as survivors are keeping a lookout. Looks like Nancy might be coming in for the heal on Ace. Adam coming in for the unhook. But Wraith able to find the reset. Nancy once again taking the body block. Oh, poor Nancy, the dedicated body blocker. Ace running back around, but there is a strong pallet here once again. Survivors seemingly having no shortage of... Ooh, they got the prompt for it. Ace wasting a little bit more time there on the Wraith's end. Resets being interrupted with Face the Darkness. Oh, but maybe a missed call out as Nancy's going to be taking a hit and going down for the slug. That gen being interrupted all the while. Very unfortunate for the survivors. Holding W around, but this is not the side of the pallet you want to be on. Ooh, but Wraith doubled back. Good fake from the Ace there. Ace making a really good job with a pallet that I did not think he was very mind gameable. I am learning some things. However, they do inevitably go down. That'll be second hook. I'm sorry, no, that's first hook for Ace. I thought this was second hook coming in. I forgot it was Adam that got hooked. It looks like Wraith very much wanting to get a pain res here. However, okay, they will end up getting the hook they were looking for. Still only one gen complete. This game is going quite slowly at the moment, but once those pain reses run out, I imagine it's going to go a little bit faster for these survivors. As a Wraith getting a fresh hook on everybody, seemingly. I mean, they are getting the full value of Grim Embrace as well. And I think they actually dropped off of... Yeah, but I think they dropped off of Alan here, instead finding Nancy, the only survivor that hasn't been hooked yet. Ooh, Nancy getting good life value, but Wraith's going to cut them off and get an M1 regardless. Wraith looking at it, and yeah, they're going to go back for this unhook. Second gen filing. And they will have yet another... Ooh, but holding W through it. Wraith not interested in Ace anymore, going back in... I was about to say, I imagine splitting the pressure here, getting tags on multiple survivors, getting them all injured is where you want to be. Making the resets really difficult. See scratch marks, looks like they're both doubling back towards the corner. Oh no, they're both together! Oh, very astute. I didn't catch it until just a moment ago. Yeah, this survivor has off the record. Ace being very silent, more so than usual. And that is a sign of off the record. However, Ace going down, not hearing the Atom nearby. Ah, with that scream, they can go for the second hook. Ooh, but with 2 more gens about to fire, Survivor's about to have 4 gens completed. Looks like Wraith finding Alan Wake. 4th gen falling. We see that gen has a little bit of progress on it already. About to say, once those pain reses started slowing down, gens started firing. Yeah, about to say, they need a survivor dead now, going back for the Ace, who is now Death Hook. But once again, off the record is here. No, instead going after Adam. There's that Face the Darkness. I'm about to say, Face the Darkness plus Sloppy Butcher. Quite lethal combo. And there is the Dead Hard. Somewhat expected, as this survivor did have Decisive Strike. However, regardless, we will go down over the pallet. But I imagine survivors are going to be doubling the gen as we speak. Yeah, they are. Just love the random screaming. Wraith going to be in a bit of a pickle here, as they have not secured a kill yet. And we know all the perks. All the perks have been shown to the survivors. Oh, but they do find Ace. That could be 1 kill secured, potentially. Ace wanting to force it, but going to go down, not be able to get the pick. That means that, yeah, Wraith can go over here and look at this exit gate. And it is being worked on. And it's Nancy! Oh my goodness, this could be a potential snowball. One survivor on the hook, 2 survivors on the ground. All that's left is Alan Wake. Alan Wake, where are you, our hero in our time of need? Looks like they're going for the unhook. Oh, and there's an unbreakable. But I say, my, how the tables have turned. 3 people down, and now it's 3 people back up. That is how quickly things can turn. Looks like they do find Ace. Ace no longer going to be able to go. Keeping them on the ground. Looks like we're heading back towards the exit gate. That might have been Alan. I don't know who's going over to the Nancy. Yeah, this is going straight to the exit gate. Oh, and this survivor's injured too. Oh my goodness, is that a buckle up? Oh, that's so brutal here. Oh man, buckle up, absolutely clutching. I guess this is what they mean by their name, I will mend. And yeah, Wraith going to go for this hook. They are worth more hook stages. I don't know if an exit gate's ready just yet. They'll probably have to rotate back around to the top of the map. Oh wait, no, this is a fresh hook. Oh, I had no idea. Wraith does, however, find Adam once again. Not gonna be forcing a pick. Getting the hit. Looks like it's, however, Alan making their way back. It looks like Ace coming back in, so Ace might have gotten the exit gate ready. Yeah, exit gate looks to be ready here. Waiting around for the signal to open it. Looks like they do have the signal to open it. Alan looking for a way to get in here for the unhook, but Wraith finds them. And now the question is, does Ace come back in for any pickups? It looks like they are back here for the pickup on Adam. Will it be in time, though? No, it won't. Ace getting caught out. My goodness, this is a spicy endgame. This is not at all what I expected. Do they get the unhook on Nancy, or are they going to take the... I think you have to take the stage. Yeah, you have to take the stages at this point. The Wraith has been able to absolutely cancel any kind of pressure that you wanted here. And this will result in, I believe, a 10-stage 3K. With what's, at the very beginning of that endgame, seemed like a very possible 3-man out. Oh my goodness, that was back and forth, folks. Oh goodness. I have not had enough rogue energy to keep up with this insanity. But regardless, well played to Aeternum's killer, and honestly, really well played to I Will Mend Survivor team. That was really closing down to the wire. Again, these matches are not staggered. They are played simultaneously, so we'll be waiting on the result, and we will get back to you in set number 2 as to who won set number 1. But with that said, thank you all so much for watching. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. Aeternum did, in fact, take set number 1, and we're moving on to set number 2. This time, it is the Ghost Face. And not gonna lie, interesting build. I'm curious to see how it plays out for our killer. I do believe last game got a lot of Face the Darkness value, and I'm surprised we haven't seen more Face the Darkness in the past couple of qualifiers. Sure, some killers take it, but it seems like very few and far between have actually been taking advantage of what it can provide. Looks like already finding Alan, getting lots of stock. There's that lean stock that is so difficult to get with the network dependency. But they do stalk Alan quite significantly. Nancy being found next. Trying to get stock on her, but not seeming to work. Imagine there is a really good pallet back here, and there is Nancy hiding behind it. Trying to get some, but oh, they will get revealed. Not able to get as much stock as I'm sure they were hoping for, and they'll be continuing chase with Nancy. At least loosely. Ooh, good light. This is going to get them plenty of distance here. However, there is a survivor working on this generator. Hello, Ace. That is so interesting. There is... I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's I don't know if it's on our end only or if it's on the survivor's end, but you can kind of see like some shadowy wisps going from the side of the killer's head. And the survivors are now well aware of a sloppy butcher. Ace doing their best around this loop, holding W for the Lord, finally vaulting back over, and Ghostface will take their opportunity to strike. We did see Alan about 50% done on a gen. I imagine Adam probably well on their way as well. Yeah, we see 3 different stars working on gens. As Ace gen is probably being taken over by Nancy. And we do see the damage generator notification, so that will be a pain res. Ghostface coming in towards the center. And also a pop goes the weasel. Ghostface with the classic pain res pop combo. And as the data showed us from behavior recently, very, very popular and powerful combination of perks. Oh, Adam, don't look behind you two. Oh my goodness. Adam will get the reveal. And Ghostface will get a pallet for their efforts. Taking a blind as Alan comes in for the unhook on Ace. Adam will stay in chase. Ghostface going back into power. Getting some stock on the Adam. Adam trying to get the reveal, but not going to get it in time, I think. And that will be an exposure very, very shortly. There's the exposure. Ooh, good mind swing in, but Adam will die across the pallet. 1 gen down. They do get the reset on Ace. Ooh, and we do see an unbreakable potentially on the Adam as their pickup bar was a little bit quick. That will be another pain resonance to boot. Surprising survivors are able to get this much gen pressure with double pain res and pop going. Middle gen still regressing. Very little progress over here as well. Ace, but I say it's not a bad idea to look to the corner. We do, ooh, I think we saw it. Yeah, we do see a survivor over here. Yeah, checking the corners of this map, survivors are very much in the mood to stealth against this killer. Nancy does get the unhook. However, yeah, there's the call out. Ace now in chase. I gotta find a better way to phrase that. Ace in chase just feels weird to say. They do get the reveal. Oh, and that is the last perk. Hex Face the Darks. We just saw it revealed on the screen to Ace. It looks like they are actually still in chase. Yeah, they are. Ooh, I don't know if they get back around to this pallet, though. Yeah, they got stuck a little bit. Oh, but there's the dead hard. Beautifully done. We'll give them a little bit of extra distance getting back towards center. There's the screams from everyone elicited all at once. And I think they have left Ace entirely. Everybody's screaming out into the night. Survivors, not sure where the killer is at this moment. Looking around, but they found Nancy, and we do know that Nancy is pretty heavily stocked here. However, but Ace is also vulnerable. Ace tossing the pallet, and Ghostface will accept the kick. I'm about to say, if they want to use power here, Nancy may or may not know they're coming if they got a good call out. And the survivor is very close to being stalked. There is no god pallet over here. Okay, well, there is still kind of a god pallet. I forgot. There's like, 20,000 on this map. I say I don't think there's a way to mind game this. I think you just have to break it. I forgot how powerful this pallet is. If you have Bamboozle, it's not quite, because you might be able to vault over a mind game, but yeah, still, just not gonna happen. Ooh, but regardless, Nancy will end up going down. Only 1 gen still for the survivors, however. It looks like they are resetting, and Adam is going to be able to possibly finish, unless this pain res hits. No pain res from the killer. If they don't come over here immediately with Pop Goes the Weasel, this gen will finish. Ghostface heading around, seeing a survivor, getting some stock. It looks like it is Ace. And looks like they might have already found a gen to pop, so yeah, Adam is able to finish the gen. That is 2 gens down. Some really methodical stalking on part of this killer. However, Ace running through the killer. And yeah, I'm about to say, Ghostface gonna leave them 99, and we'll go back to the next survivor. Not sure who's around. I don't think they heard Alan above them. Looks like they found Adam instead. Trying to get some stock, but Adam not letting them. Or maybe they did. I'm not sure. Regardless. Oh, and then falling behind to get the stock, to get the reveal. Heading back towards center. Ace is here. And very stalkable, too. Ghostface waiting for their power to come back off cooldown. Ace has to be careful here. Going for the vault. Precarious spot. There's the I'm sorry, exposure. Exposure and reveal. They're both like this different kind. Oh, but the reveal coming from Alan. Not able to get the balance line, but they do get the blinds. Oh no! I don't think the Ghostface could look down in time when they were in the middle of the cooldown from the hit. Able to dodge the pallet set, but not able to dodge the flashlight. Like a moth to a flame. Ghostface hiding around. Once again, back on this deadly pallet. Nancy over here, seemingly too. Face of Darkness giving a little bit of information. Face of Darkness just such a powerful perk. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's Alan, not Ace. Alan was in that corner. Interesting. Once again, Adam doing the Lord's work on this generator. Nancy going back to center gen. And it looks like they are able to catch up with Alan after all. Getting the down, and the question is there a pain res to stop either of these two gens from finishing? Or will survivors looking to be finishing out these generators? And it will result in a pain res. And this gen's still regressing. That is the thing, is that the survivors, like, they can't tap the gen to keep it from going, so pain res pop, still a lethal combo, but you kind of have to use it on different gens because the survivors expect you to come and pop the gen. They have no reason to keep it from regressing. We'll see if they get to use this pop at all for any reason, or if it's going to be not used. Looking around, not seeing anyone here. It's like survivors are meeting up to do a reset. Very, very smart. Adam looking around. Got to be careful not to give him a reveal, as that would tell them where you are. Adam playing this very, very stealthy. But we're going to start hearing some screens soon enough. Looks like Adam heading in possibly last second, not sure. Trying to get a reveal, but yeah, it looks like second stage will be confirmed here for Alan. They also might be waiting out Pop Goes the Weasel. They might be trying to wait out Pop Goes the Weasel. There's the Ghostface coming in. I love it because you can see the moment they realize where the Ghostface is and it still scares them. Ace coming in for the unhook. Or to double up on the generator. Nancy instead going in for the unhook. Ghostface will get a kick on the central gen. Nancy gets the unhook safely. Alan coming in and taking a tag, giving credence once again to the name I Will Mend. Not gonna lie, I love that name. Nancy taking a tag as well. I believe Ace still back on the gen that Adam had working on. Ooh, Nancy getting caught a little bit, but the window is there for them to be saved by. Looks like they're going to be going for the Alan. Wanting to get us out of the game, but... Oh, I don't think there was the call out. I don't think they realized, and that is a very dead Alan. Going back to the campfire via the Entity Express. I imagine survivors... Yeah, but I say getting the center gen done. 3 gens down. It looks like survivors going to try and split up as Ghostface will be coming back near with a pop in hand. Just now getting to work on the center gen to keep it from regressing. I do have a lot of respect for this new gen mechanic. I wish it was a bit more than 8 kicks, but I still think it's a really cool change to the system. Ghostface heading back towards this corner gen instead. But I'm surprised the center gen wasn't prioritized because these two gens are really, really close together. Was it they actually end up finding Ace? Oh, and they find Adam as well. Last second, pop goes the Weasel. And that is going to be potentially all 3 survivors injured. No. Looks like they'll be looking for another survivor. Hanging out in this corner, getting their power back. I think they're still looking for Adam. Getting one more survivor injured and forcing them all to be in a bit of a frenzied situation. Definitely where you want to be. Oh, they do find Adam! Dropping the pallet a little bit too late, and that will be all 3 survivors injured. 2 gens remaining. The pressure is on now. And with that Bloodlust kicking in, that will be a forced pick. Are those survivors able to reset? Are they working on gens? It seems like they're trying to get together for a reset. Ooh, and Adam will be going to the basement. Oh, and the scream going to give them away. Oh, man. Yeah, Face the Darkness has definitely come out as an MVP perk today so far. Lots and lots of value for the killer. And they will find... Is this the reset point? I'm about to say, I think this is the reset point. Ace does get a reveal, but it's just going to take a tag for their efforts. Nancy running away. Maybe going for a hook trade, I'm not sure. They got some distance. They could make it to basement. Well, I say that. They have to drop down, and Ghostface can just drop into it. They can't afford a drop with the stagger. Pallet's getting kicked. Nancy running back, and Ghostface will break off here. Hearing the ace, and they will be able to find them. Oop, finding the old bloodstains first. And unless something crazy happens, I think that is going to be lights out for Adam as well. Getting some stock off into the distance. And now the question is, what do the survivors do now? Obviously, you want to try for at least one more generator. But man, this 3-gen back here is savage. Nancy does take chase and go down. Ghostface will slug out for the 4K here. And especially with Ace, seemingly no feasible way to mend. Maybe going down to the basement. But yeah, and they find Ace. Ghostface saying, "Yeah, I found you, buddy." And that will be what seems to be the final chase. Ace going down over the pallet. Ghostface very happy with this result, as it will be a 4K2 for Aeternum's killer. And we will see how I Will Men's killer did in just a moment, if they will be going into set number 3 for tie breaks, or if it'll be maybe a different team's set of tie breaks, or perhaps, just possibly, we'll be moving right into round number 2. And thank you all so much for coming to the qualifiers today. We had quite a few teams show up, so we're going to be doing 4 rounds of games today. Nancy crawling towards the Ghostface, saying, "Please get me out of this nightmare and into the next." And that will be all 4 survivors sent handedly and swiftly back to the campfire in single file order. With that said, folks, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a rogue energy break, as I am still getting the necessary levels of caffeine and energy going to keep up with these crazy players. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It has been a blast. Alright, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in for round number 2. Aeternum did, in fact, take round number 1, and it is now going to be Aeternum versus Ariendel. Or Ariendel? Ariendel? I'm uncultured. I don't know how it's spelled. But regardless, it is now a nurse match on the Suffocation Pit. That said, looking for survivors, we immediately find, ooh, the survivor with the sprint burst. Will be getting plenty of distance. Taking a tag through the window, and with a Calm Spirit, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the Deliverance player. Doubling back, holding W and doubling back once again. Nurse waiting for the second blink, shaking her head no. It's like, no, I will not let you go. They will go down under the pallet. I imagine a survivor nearby for the pick. So we're checking the corners, trying to see if they can spook a survivor out. And they do find Ace. Ace taking a tag as well. Looks like it'll be first look coming in, not able to spare the survivor. Again, I'm 90% sure this is the Deliverance survivor. And we'll have to see how the survivors are holding up. I say that as, alright folks, I have a new bug that I have not seen before. I have no ability to move the spectate. I genuinely cannot move the spectate around. I have the full, like, it's like I'm on the killer screen. We do see the Grim Embrace. This is quite interesting. I have never had the inability to move. I can't leave the game. I can't do anything. Well, this is different. Oh, and I can't see how many gens are done either. Looks like we have more bugs in the game than just screen tearing at the moment. Looks like Nurse will be holding down the choke point, though. Do hear a survivor over on this generator looking around to see if they're stealthing out. Second stage is confirmed. They do find Renato taking a tag, trying to predict where they're going to be running to, and looks like Renato turned around back into the tile. And I think the Nurse is expecting a survivor to go back here for the unhook. There is the unhook. Nurse getting as much as possible, getting a little bit caught on that wall. Looks like Claudette will be taking the tag for their efforts. Now trying to see if they can track Tap. Looks like they're running back around. Nurse listening, not hearing anything. But I say that's a really tough one to hit. Also, I thought basement was supposed to be at Shack. I'm just now realizing that the basement's at main. Is that something new? Wait, is it the 2 basement bug? I know that there's a bug where 2 basements can spawn. Did 2 basements spawn on this map? I think we'll have to take a look. Oh my goodness, beautiful stun on the Nurse mid-blink. 2 more gens falling for the survivors. I believe that's 3 gens done so far. Another beautiful stun. The Nurse kind of in a bit of disbelief, like, how is this possible? 2 stuns back to back. But really well played from the Claudette. Going back, probably trying to ensure that there is no decisive strike on Tap. And yeah, with the survivor running away, that is going to be a very dead survivor. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of this game. Oh, and it's Claudette that's bound up back here. Oh, no. Trying to keep up where the Claudette is. Ooh, really well done. Once again, the Claudette doing a phenomenal job avoiding the Nurse's attacks. Using this rock very, very well. Crouching, trying to hide their position. Getting another pallet stun. I might need to hit up with this Claudette for some lessons on how to take on Nurse, because this Claudette's doing a very good job. Eventually going down under main building side. Renato getting pushed off of their generator. Ooh, but getting spun a little bit. Nurse a little bit like, no! A little bit disoriented from that. However, committing to this chase, going for the 2-person slug. And Renato is going to force the pick here. As I imagine Ace is going to go over for the pickup. Again, I would try and go view all this happening, but once again, I don't really have any controls here, folks. Ooh, looks like Claudette is going to be interrupted on the totem. No, Ace nowhere to be seen. Looks like they might be going for the unhook potentially. Good Lithe is going to get distance for Claudette. I say, they need to go back and check this generator. There's a very good chance this generator is being worked on. Not nearly as much as I would have predicted. Taking a look around for Ace. Claudette somewhere near Shack. Looks like they were... Oh, we see scratch marks over there. Oh, and Ace is back here on this far gen. Not a ton of progress, but enough that Renato will get unhooked safely. Ace keeping a keen eye out, and they are going to be tracked to the back of the map. Now, the one thing that survivors don't want here is to get tagged in the back of the map and not able to go back towards mid. Ace will be able to position themselves in a way, take the tag, go back towards middle, but I still think Nurse could potentially catch up and hook them somewhere on main building side. Nurse being patient with that second blink. Possible balance coming up, though. No balance landing. Ace doubling back, but they will take a tag regardless. I'm about to say, I think Ace might be in for a world of hurt here, as this will be a hook on the main building side. All right, to give you guys an idea of an understanding of like what's going on with my controls, just real quick, we'll pull back the curtains a little bit, shall we? Here's my full screen. I have no controls. I don't know who I'm spectating or anything. I have not seen this bug. This is new to this patch. Anyway. Nurse checking these lockers. And with this hook in the back, survivors have reset. Ooh, not able to replicate what Claudette was able to do with the pallet. They do get the unhook for their efforts, though. Survivors are not taking this lying down. They will go down under the pallet. Will there be a quick save coming in? Will Ace be there with a flashlight? Does not seem to be the case. And that will be, I believe, second hook coming in for Renato. Though no hook inside that they want to go for. Instead opting for a more central hook. So slowly dragging the hooks away from main building side. Nurse looking around, maybe seeing if survivors are going to reset or double up. Immediate unhook on Renato. Looking around for the fresh survivor. And I do believe they have stealthed out. Everybody heading back towards the shack site to get a reset. And Nurse just doing some cleanup duty. They don't technically have much reason to kick any of these generators. They don't have a lot of progress. Well, I say that. This gen has a little bit of progress, but Ace, however, looking much more juicy for the hit. Ace going back towards the corner. Trying to hold the edge now around the exit gate in main. But they will take a tag regardless. It was a you're in range of the basement. But if they go basement, if Renato and Claudette immediately go for that gen, but I was like, you can't go basement here. If you go basement, you might lose that gen. Though they could be on opposite side doubling up as well. Oh, they are going to be doubling up this generator. They get the tag on Renato. And now all that's left is the Claudette. Claudette will take a tag. Ace with no adrenaline. Claudette not able to get behind Ace for the body block. And Ace, the last survivor alive. They do finish all 5 gens. That's what I was talking about. If they had gone to basement, those survivors would have been able to finish that gen without taking hits. Ace with a really good double back. If Unbreakable was not on the Deliverance player, there's a chance that survivors are still able to get out of this. And there is! It was on the Claudette. Deadheart on the Ace in the corner. Survivors actually possibly going to pull it back out for some escapes. There's the pickup on Renato. Ace doing their best to waste the Nurse's time. Worth noting, this Nurse did have pain res, but never got to use more than 1 stack. Ooh, boy. Nurse kind of... I think they're kind of getting a little bit tilted here. The blinks not as precise as they were before. Ace running towards the exit gate. But I don't know if this is the exit gate that's being worked on. It is the one being worked on. And Ace hiding around at the middle. But I say they're probably going to go for the hatch. And I think this, oh my goodness, this is just, even the nurse is like, no way this just happened. Turning in from a 4K0 into a 3-man escape. All because of one timely unbreakable. Alright everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. So sorry for a bit of delay here. As in addition to technical difficulties, we also had some scheduling conflicts. So while Aeternum did end up winning set number 1 by technicality due to an erroneous offering, Ariendel also got a win because of a game loss awarded to Aeternum for not being able to show up for the game set 2. So now we're into set 3 with a Blight. So welcome back one and all. Get aided with a balanced land. It looks like they have found an ace. As again, I'm trying to stick to survivors because, dear goodness, the screen tearing on fast-moving killers is nauseating. However, Ace in the chase of the day. Comes Blights around the corner and very quick down again. Not to be too unsurprising. Ooh, hello, survivor in the basement. I imagine the deli player is hiding out. It is very, very common. Looks like that was a pain resist. That was a scream. And a Grim Embrace as well, as we heard that gen get blocked. So I was waiting around. Blight hanging out, looking around as well. This is the new Blight, by the way. This is Blight after the rework, let's call it. Some are calling it just a straight buff. Some are calling it a small nerf and a buff in other ways. But regardless, there were some changes made to Blight. For instance, these speed add-ons, not as quite as fast as they used to be, but still arguably strong. It's still Blight after all. And Blight hanging out at the hook here, looking for, waiting for this survivor to come out of the woodwork. And they will get the hook interrupt. Hook trade coming in. Now the question is, can Ace last more than 12 seconds? They're getting real close, buddy. Getting the body block. And they take a tag. It looks like the safe unhook will happen after all, so Deli will be on the menu. And including the tunnel out on Ace. Getting the hit before the pallet. Sheva left on the ground. Oh, I imagine either... Ooh, and a decisive strike to boot. Go ahead and dropping the pallet, knowing that it's not going to last much longer anyway. Ooh, trying to get a quick tech and sliding off the edge. Maybe intentionally doing that to push the survivor off the generator. I think that was the case, yeah. They were wanting to push the survivor off the generator. Very slick movement here. Though I imagine Ace will come in and finish that generator. Ada doubling back to drop the pallet, and Blight predicting it. Will get the tag on Ada, but I imagine if Ace goes back and finishes the gen, they'll be in fine point. Ooh, hold on. There's still no pickup on that survivor. Kate taking a hit. Blight's going for the throat here. The snowball in full swing, potentially. There is going to be an unbreakable somewhere, you'd think. Getting stuck around the corner. Ooh, swinging for the... but not going to get the flick. There's the pickup on Sheva. If they had gotten that Kate on the first hit, that would have been absolutely savage. Getting the tag on Kate through the window, though. Servers are picked up and resetting. Blight wanting to find this reset point as it would amount to a lot of pressure. Oh, not quite able to get around the wall with that walk. Trying to slide off it, but not quite. They find Ace instead. Mind game's coming in, but Ace just holding W to the next tile in the middle. Very patient flicks by the Blight, and there we go. Another survivor down. It'll be second hook incoming for Ace. They do get the reset on Kate as well as Sheva. I'm not sure if that was a pickup or an unbreakable. Blight immediately heading back over to the corner, and there is a reset occurring over here. So Blight able to start getting chases going once again. Looks like it was Ada back here. Blight looking around, looks like they find Kate. Cutting them off though, and that flick will work. Connecting once again. 2 gens down for the survivors, but 1 survivor almost on death hook. Another survivor coming in for their 3rd hook state of the game. Heading back over for the unhook. Finding Ada. Ada will take a tag. We do know that Ace has Decisive, so possibly a Dead Hard as well, which means this pallet is a little bit more safe. Reassurance coming in, and yeah, that will be a Dead Hard. No, that's a Sprint Burst. No, it's a Dead Hard. I don't know why I got confused there for a second. Like, getting stuck a little bit on the tiles, but ultimately will get the down. Decisive Strike and Dead Hard have been used. And that will be Ace sent back to the campfire, be the entity. Survivors resetting after the unhook on Kate. Kate running back towards main, trying to stay out of dodge. Ada stealthing out, and Sheva about 50% of the way, or near 50% of the way on main gen. We see Blight coming in the distance. Kate is in the area too. Blight immediately rushing over. Sheva just dropping the pallet like it's nobody's business. However, ooh, cheeky spin will get them into main building. Holding this corner. There is a pop goes the weasel we saw. And I think Blight has dropped chase altogether. Yeah, going back towards middle. We know that Ada was here briefly, but probably back on this gen. Yeah, we see scratch marks coming away. That is Ada. And they will take a tag around the corner at the very last rush. They have a little bit of time to get some distance here, as Blight has to recharge those tokens. Balance landing coming in, getting them into the middle, which is where they need to be. However, tokens are up now. We do know that there is a lucky break. Getting a bit of a dodge, wasting a little bit more time, but ultimately they will end up going down at Shack. Looks like Stars are doubling up the gen at main building, trying to break any 3-gen that could occur. Or at least attempting to, anyway. We do know 1 gen already popped on that side. So it looks like they're working on a 2nd one. 3rd gen down for the survivors. Light looking around now. They have not reset the Kate, though. Sheva setting up for the unhook. Light looking around. Breaking main building. Grim Embrace expiring now. Unhook on Ada, and looks like, yeah, Killer is content to go for the Ada. Ada, however, running back into main. Looks like they want to switch up the sides they're working on. Not sure if Kate was able to make it safely across the bridge or not. Looking behind her, looks like that is an off-the-record. Light seemingly not interested anymore after taking the tag. Oh, they heard the survivor over here. Looks like they were trying to cleanse the totem to get inner healing, but not going to work out in their favor. Rush tokens back on. However, it looks like Kate might just be going corner. Yeah, try and waste as much time as possible going corner. Ada's still stuck over here. It looks like Sheva about 30% on a generator. Have to see if there's still pain rest tokens. I don't know. I think they've used all the pain rest tokens except for Sheva, because Sheva has not been hooked yet. Understandably, as that Blight definitely feels like that survivor has the deliverance. Not seeing any progress in this one. Looks like they're going back over here into the corner. And this is the one that Sheva was working on. Ada does get the unhook on Kate. Getting Pop Goes the Weasel on the gen with the most progress. Now checking corner, looking around, checking the edges, not seeing anything. Sheva has stealth out. Oh, not quite able to be on. Well, so they were able to get a reset on Kate. Lucky for them, as they are Death Hook. Oh, that was a nasty... I think both the Blight and the Survivor didn't expect the bump to occur on that rock. Which ended up working out in favor of the Blight, as they were able to react and correct in time. Ooh, a good flare from the Kate. However, only 2 rushes used. Another swing through the pallet. Kate doing a phenomenal job at this. Ooh. Now, I'm curious what that was, because I thought Ada had off the record. Maybe it was Kate, and they broke off. I'm actually not sure what endurance perk that was. Blight rushing back over here, checking on the gen that Sheva was on at one point. Looks like there's a little bit of progress. Survivor running back towards middle, and probably the Ada. And it is, in fact, Ada running back over here. Blight on their way behind them. Ooh, but a beautiful turnaround and getting the hit on Ada. We see Sheva back on the gen in the distance. However, this will be second hook. It looks like they're hooking towards the side of the map. I don't think Sheva's going to have enough progress. Yeah, it's going to be 70%. Already having to stealth away. Good call out from the team. Looks like Blight rushing over, but we get a little bit of a spectator bug. That is, in fact, not the Blight. Yeah, we'll see the Blight pop up momentarily. They might even jump scare us. As this Survivor is in chase with nothing at the moment. Yep, there he is. There's our lovely knight in shining armor. Or at least in, you know, slimy armor. Ooh, Blight running back towards Sheva's gen. Yeah, Sheva trying to get that gen finished, but having a little bit of trouble. However, that will give them time to unhook. Now, the question is, can they get away for a reset, or is Blight going to be on their heels too quickly? It looks like Sheva might be actually rotating here, giving another Survivor a chance to go for the gen, and maybe taking aggro. Middle gen has a little bit of progress, but unless the Survivors are able to hide properly, yeah, Blight's on the lookout. Both those Survivors are primed and ready to go back to the campfire. However, it looks like they're just going to drop straight on Sheva now. Quick bounces around the edge and trying to crouch it, but not going to work. And that will be first hook coming in. Double reset coming in from the Survivors. Looks like they were in main as we see them popping out of main building. However, even with this potential deliverance coming in from Sheva, Survivors are not out of the woods yet. That is the full 40-second Grim Embrace coming in. Oh, trying to quick bump, but getting stuck on that wall. And there's that deliverance from Sheva. All the gens blocked for a full 40 seconds right now. However, the Obsession is dead, so no lucky aura reading here for our Blight. This pallet has been dropped since the beginning of the game, and the Blight has just decided to mind game it every single time. And they will go down over the pallet. That will be Death Hook for Ada. Sarah's not able to even work on gens during this whole time, as Grim Embrace has blocked the gens for the entirety of the duration of this chase. Sheva not able to get any reset going, as they are still broken for about 10 more seconds. This gen was so many times close. However, seems like this generator potentially blocked off. I know that blocking animation sometimes appears early, so I don't know if that's actually 8 times it's been kicked, or maybe like 6 or 5. But it looks like they did find Sheva. Yeah, I'm about to say quick V1 second. That will be Survivor down, and oh, looks like oh yeah, I forgot about that bug where Blight just randomly has to, you know, fatigue twice. I'm pretty sure you can make Blight fatigue twice and he'd still be a busted killer. Ooh, cheeky mind game there from the Blight, but ultimately we'll take the tag. Not sure what the Blight's doing. I think they thought the Survivor came over here. I don't know if I remember seeing the Survivor come this way. I thought they, yeah, but say they went to... They picked up Sheva. I was about to say, they went the opposite direction. I don't think Blight caught that. I'm not sure if the servers will be able to take advantage of this, but definitely something. Trying to swing off the top and get the hit, but Sheva not going to allow it. However, most resources used at main. Good vault back. And they will catch them over the top of the pallet. Now looking for Kate once again. Not hearing Kate at all at the moment. Ooh, able to heal. That means that inner healing came into play. Blight not carrying check lockers. Again, I think these exit gates are favorable to the Blight. All they need to do is close the hatch once the Survivor goes back to the campfire. Yeah, seeing as this middle gen has the most progressed, this is looking more and more dire for the Survivor squad. Looks like Sheva will be going next, potentially. Surprised they haven't already headed towards the shack. Yeah, it looks like they're heading that way. They know the timing. There is the kick, and yeah, but I was like, these exit gates look absolutely perfect for Survivor. I haven't seen any team do any kind of like crazy wake up Soul Survivor shenanigans to try and clutch it, and okay, looks like Cage thing out over here. Like, yep, you got me. And that will be the 4K2 for Aeternum's killer, and we'll see how Ariendel's own killer did after this, as they've been playing their same game at the exact same time. Again, we can't really stagger these matches as scheduling doesn't allow for, you know, 12 hours of broadcast, as both the casters and the players can't really afford to play that long. Ooh, slick. I do appreciate the tech that Blight has. Very impressive. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are in for round number 3. It is Aeternum versus Oblivion. We have Daimo cracking out the Huntress on the Wrecker's Yard. We see a pretty standard Corrupt in the distance. Huntress looking around. We do see scratch marks. Survivors are making themselves known. Immediately finding Nancy here. Dropping the palp, but they will take a tag for their efforts. Again, that mind game difficult to handle as Huntress has a little bit of a specialty, we might say. Looks like Nancy saying, fine, I'll go corner. And they will be hugging the corner around this rocket. To be fair, 110 killers do struggle with tight pathing, which this Nancy is definitely holding a tight path. Saying, all right, let's go to the corner here. And that will be first hook coming in for the Huntress. Jake working on gen about 30%. Ace in the wings, and Ada also hanging out. No heavy gen progress just yet. Pain res on Jake's gen will regress it to almost nothing. Grim Embrace as well. I will say Pain res, Grim Embrace definitely coming out to be a strong combo. Though we have seen some Pain res pop. It does make sense as Hunter's not the most map pressure kill. Also worth noting, I'm not seeing any significantly placed hills just yet. See scratch marks in the distance. Looking down the aisle there, and ooh, it looks like we also have Dead Man Switch, as those gens were actually blocked a lot longer than Grim Embrace. So we actually know the Huntress' full build at this point. If the survivors were keen-eyed. However, if you stick too close to this hook, she might unhook herself, my friend. Not sure where that self-unhook meter is. Hunter's holding down here, but I think Jake being this close is not going to allow it to happen. Yeah, second stage will be secured. This hill does let you see the gen back here, but I don't think it's a hill that the Huntress cares for. Looking around that corner, and Jake holds it, not going to let it happen. Can you see the hook through this door? Yes, you can. Oh my goodness. One thing that I'm noticing that is interesting that I don't see super often, usually it's Babushka and Okaf for Machine Gun Huntress. It's Babushka and Roseroot, if I'm reading this correctly, which I believe is 20% hatchet throw speed, which is super interesting. Also, has the anti-camp on this Nancy not been ready yet? Or did the survivors might not realize that you're allowed to use anti-camp. Survivors may not be aware that you're allowed to self-unhook. And if that is the case, that is very unfortunate. And that will be one confirmed kill. One gen down for the survivor team. Jake almost taking a tag there. Honestly, with the way that Huntress plays, I thought that would have been a tag. However, they will take a hatchet to the back there. Trying to land by the other one, but doubles back and is able to get away. faking the pallet drop. Huntress trying to come up with a mind game, doubling back, and they will get the pallet stun. Curious if that was a smash hit. No, it doesn't seem to be the case. Second gen going down. Ace also working on their own. However, they are in the firing zone as Huntress comes through. Holding checkbox, desperately looking. Going for the window instead. Huntress vaulting through. Around the corner. Looks like they're trying to play the M1 game here, potentially. Yeah, and they will take a pallet stun to the face. Huntress trying to cut off, make sure that they can't get that easy window vault, but... Ooh, this is not a corner I would want to hold as a survivor. Oh my goodness, crouching and faking it. Oh my goodness. Do they go for the vault? They do. And they will go down. First up coming in for Jake. See survivors in the distance. Unsure if that was a pain resonance or not. Survivors hanging out. And the question is, how many gens do they have around this hook? 2, it seems. I'm not sure where the third one would be. They do need to break center gen, if at all possible. That first hook on Nancy on near center was definitely pretty rough. And it looks like this gen only has about 20% anyway. Jake just hanging out. Ada about 40% on her gen. Ace 30% on their gen. I think they're just going to let the survivors sit on a hook here. The question is, will Huntress leave long enough for second stage? I don't think so. I think they're going to allow second stage to happen once again. Survivors are just taking their time on the gens for the sacrifice of the stage. Yeah, nobody coming around on these edges, and that will be second stage secured. Huntress finally, yeah, venturing out. Okay, so after second stage secured, they are going to be looking to stop these generators from firing. Ace about 80% on their generator. Ada looking to get an unhook here. The question is, do they go back? No, they're trying to hold this. They want the full stage here. The question is, does Ada go back in and try and get the last second unhook while Ace goes and finishes Ada's gen? Not sure. There's the self unhook though on Jake. Now Jake running for their life, dropping the pallet, vaulting over the top. They do get back around. Ooh, getting stuck on the tree, and that gives them a little bit of distance around the corner, but not enough. Ooh, but they know about Ace up there. Not going to let... Oh, but Ace is definitely messing with them a little bit. Fourth generator firing as well. Looking away, and yeah, they will not be able to get that flashlight save, and that will be Jake sent back to the campfire via the entity. But with 4 gens complete, middle gen about 30% done, the problem is that the generators now are middle and 2 kind of close to each other. I believe at the 6 and the 8. Which makes it very difficult for these survivors to get this generator done. I'm curious if we will come to see the new anti-3-gen mechanic coming into play, if there's going to be enough Huntress kicks for it. Ooh, Huntress doing a really good read on Ace there, and we'll get the tag. And it looks like they're leaving them all together, going back towards where they believe Ada is. And they do have Ada in the area. Ooh, that was so close. I'm not gonna lie, that Roseroot makes the Huntress all the more terrifying. Good read from Ada, not gonna let that be an easy hit. Ooh, but they didn't read the Huntress' movement there, and that might be costly. Ada running back into the corner, but that will be down. Ace working their best on middle, but again, I think this is going to be another pain res potentially. And even, yeah, I think Huntress even sees Ace in the center there. And this is looking like it's going to be 4K territory, potentially. No pain res. But there will be a dead man switch on that center gen. I'm just looking around, and we do see scratch marks coming over here. Yeah, this is looking way more and more bleak for our Survivor squad. Cheeky toss there from the Huntress, but not going to land. Trying to listen for the Ace. Ooh, narrowly dodging a slap. I think Ace ran around the edge. Yeah, they did. Holding this. Ada does go to second stage as they tried to self-unhook, and it did not work out in their favor. Ooh! Barely missing that shot through the window. And Ace will end up going down regardless. And yeah, without something crazy coming in, that will be 4K1 here for Huntress on Aeternum's killer. And we'll see how Oblivion's killer did in just a few moments, as that game will be finishing up shortly. Yeah, Roseroot, pretty spicy add-on here. I say, yeah, Ada giving her buddy a chance to potentially get the unhook. And, does it look like the unhook's gonna come into play? Last 4%. Waiting to the last possible second, I think. Yeah, and there will be no 4% in this lobby. Speaking of 4%, I don't know about you guys, but as of like the past week playing Dead by Daylight, I feel like I have experienced a staggering number of 4%. Like, almost every other game there's a survivor getting off the hook. It is wild. Alright, welcome back once again, folks, to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in for set number 2 of round number 3. It is going to be the Deathslinger, and for the first time today, we get to sit on the killer's perspective and not have frame tearing, because this is one of the few killers that doesn't have frame tearing issues, so I'm here for it. Aeternum did in fact win set number 1. Ace taking a slap to the face right off the bat. No cigar for that quick cooldown, but regardless, Ace getting zoned a little bit. Ooh, but a quick mind game is not going to be enough as that quick shot before getting to the corner will result in an early first down. Corrupt Intervention only alive for about 30 seconds before Ace is going to be sent to their first hook. A basement hook at that. Checking that corner, making sure they don't, you know, get slapped by a pallet too early on. And that will be first hook of the game in the basement, no less. Deathslinger coming back around, looking, seeing if there's any crows in the distance. Nothing just yet. Eyes this guy taking a shot at Nancy, but not gonna connect. Another shot. They want a cheeky shot here. They're playing for it. Not able to connect though. Seeing if a survivor may be stealthing their way into basement, leaving scratch marks. Checking the edge. There is first gen down for the survivors. Again, not able to work on this generator. Curious if they're camping over the top of it. I wonder if they forget about the mechanic, but we will see regardless. Looks like a little bit of progress on this generator. Not a ton, though, but they do get the tag. There's the chain break. Still keeping an eye on basement. I'm surprised the anti-camp meter isn't ticked up yet. Maybe it's just not quite enough. Maybe, you know, I wonder if killers maybe have a keen eye for what it takes to get the anti-camp meter to go off. Regardless, Jake going to the corner and will go down. I'm sure at this moment, servers are heading to the basement, get that unhook. Curious if a second gen's going to pop yet or not. Looks like they're not going to go for that first hook in front of them. Possibly a Scourge hook here. And that will be a Scourge hook. Pain resonance as we see that damage generator notification. Killer looking around. Looks like they headed opposite of that hook. Scratch marks disappearing. This must not be the injured survivor. It looks like it might be the healthy one. Ooh, generated by Funbus. Very, very close to finishing. There's a for the people, though. Giving that ace a little bit of protection, but making Nancy that much more vulnerable. Trying to get a shot through the window, and I thought that connected for a second. I thought it connected. Giving the Deathslinger a choice. Do you go for the ace to go for a tunnel, or do you let Nancy finish the gen? Looks like they're going to let Nancy finish the gen. Ace will take a tag through the window. Looks like that was alive. Not quite able to connect as second gen will complete. Unhooked. Unhooked on the Jake. Probably from the Ada. However, Ace at a little bit of a spot here. Ducking up, but will take the tag. And I think it's been too late for a decisive strike, so that will be Death Hook coming in for Ace. Curious if they will get one final Pain Res out of them or not. Or if there's even a gen to get Pain Res on. Well, it wasn't the gen behind, so it had to be more progress. Nancy doubling back once, twice, but ooh, third time ducking through and managing to avoid the shots. Dropping that pallet preemptively. Ooh, man, Nancy getting out of dodges, that would have been very awful. However, will get caught over the top. I cannot believe they managed to get that shot. A beautiful play from the Deathslinger. I didn't think they'd make that connect, but they managed to. They'll be first still coming in for Nancy very shortly. See if it is a pain resonance. It is not. So Survivors may be able to crank this third generator. And that is, in fact, oh my goodness, never mind. Forget the third generator. Talk about the fourth generator. Survivors doing very well. I will say, I think the gens, it's not as atrocious of a 3-gen as I've seen on this map. But it is, it's a section. And we did see a Survivor running over this way. I think it was the Ada. And oh my goodness, with the hook essentially between these three generators, gonna be interesting to see if the Survivors are able to tackle this 3-gen after all. Ada getting found, getting shot through the pallet. Deathslinger just going to work to break it. Body blocking the Ada and getting a tag through the pallet. Jake gonna have to come in for the unhook here, going around the corner, and they do get a tag, forcing the Nancy away. And he tags through the window, or the pallet. And yeah, just going to go for the hook on the Survivor. We don't see Unbreakable and Deli on the same player like we're used to seeing in other seasons and rule sets. So maybe expecting Jake to have the Unbreakable potentially. But regardless, Nancy gonna have to mend. Coming for the unhook. Looks like they did get the unhook. Survivors in a bit of a spot right now. And it does look like the broadcast cut altogether. That's not great. I apologize for that, folks. Again, that's why we have YouTube upload, because this might be a Twitch thing, because the game is still going. Looks like Ada with a deliverance, but not able to get away, getting hit through the long wall. That'll be second hook for Ada. Curious if the Survivors are able to go and jump on a gen together. Looks like they're resetting at the moment, so trying to mount a comeback, but with Deathslinger effectively able to zone this entire area, it's going to be very difficult. It's like they do find Jake. Jake coming in for the unhook. They have reassurance, so he's just going to go ahead and take the hit. Trying to line up a shot. Almost getting the shot at the base of the feet, but not able to connect it. Looking around to see if Nancy might have come in instead. No sign of Nancy. Looks like they're working on a generator. Going to be pushed away. Only about 20% of progress on that generator at the moment. Nancy seeming to have stealth. No, they went the opposite direction, but that means that Ada is probably going to go to death stage here as neither survivor can get over. Ooh, that'd been a really cheeky shot of managing to get that, but... Ooh, hold on. Jake running in. They might be able to get it last second. No! Perfect shot on the hitbox in the back. And Jake will go down. Ada being sent back to the campfire via the Entity Express. And now all that is left is Nancy. Deathslinger looking around, seeing if anybody's in the area. They know where Nancy last was, but not seeing anything at the moment. And I will say Wrecker's Yard is not a good spot for survivors when it comes to the exit gates. Unless you are an M1 killer and you have no line of sight for halfway across the map, this is probably going to be a 4K one here for the Deathslinger. Yeah, I was say we got one exit gate up top. Nancy coming in. Spicy attempt. I say the exit. It takes a little bit longer for the hash to spawn. I think they might have mistimed it. To be fair, if they didn't, then I don't know. I think the Deathslinger would have just, you know, closed it in their face most likely, unless they didn't get the body block. But that will be, in fact, 4K1 for Aeternum's killer, and we'll be moving into either set number 3 or round number 4 for the finals, depending on if there's any tiebreakers that need to be shored up. Regardless, really, really well played by both these teams, and we'll be back in just a short moment again.